Hey guys, Index Card a Day, day 5. Index Card a Day is a challenge to do a piece of art on an index card every day for the months of June and July. So I'm starting out with some Titan Buff Golden acrylic and some light pink Liquitex acrylic paint. And I also have some Dina Wakley Media acrylic in mineral and carnation. And I'm just going to start out by saying this is one of those cards that everything I did, I just hated more than the step before. And I should know by now that when it goes like that, to just walk away and start a different project, because 9 times out of 10, I can't get it to a point where I like it. And that's the case, but we're going to go on this roller coaster adventure together. So I have some texture paste. And I'm going to use my Donna Downey stencil called Because Sometimes, and that's DD143. And I'm going to get a little texture going in the background. I'm just going to apply it with my palette knife, and I'm going to concentrate it in the upper left and lower right corner, and then kind of make it like thinner in the middle, because I had planned on doing I did do some paint drippage. So then I have my golden fluid acrylic in indigo, and I'm going to put a little bit of that out on my, wow, that was up on the screen for a long time. So I'm going to put a little bit of that out on my craft sheet, because I know this is super pigmented and it can get away from me. But I just went for the gusto and added the paint right onto my card. And I'm using my Tim Holtz Distress Sprayer and like pulling the nozzle trigger back just slightly to get like those big fat drips, and it kind of made the pigment spread out in a really cool way. And because I was having so much, and it looks good here, I like the way it looks there, but because it's so much fun, I wanted to do it more. And it got away from me a little bit. I didn't want it to get this covered with the blue, but it's just fun to do the drips. So I let that air dry while I went to work, and then I came back to finish it up. And so I have some fluorescent magenta, and this is golden heavy body. And you would think, judging by the huge container, that I love fluorescence, but I do, but not that much. I will never use this huge tub for the rest of my life, but they only sell it or sold it in the huge tubs in Joann. That's why it's a huge tub. And so I'm going to use my palette knife and scrape it a little bit on my card. And I liked it when it was wet, but as it dried back, it got really like dull and not fluorescent. So I thought I'd add like a lighter fluorescent, and this is fluorescent pink. So I'm just going to scrape that along my card with my palette knife in the same way I did the other fluorescent. And right here, it looks fine too. And then I'm going to take some Salvage Distress Paint. Not sure why, just wanted to add more colors. And I liked the way it looked, but I wanted to add some water so it would like go behind, like get in the cracks and crevices, but then it turned like milky. And I think this is where my card kind of took like a turn that I wasn't crazy about. Like the too much ink in the first part of the drippage like was manageable, but the distress paint is where it really got away from me. So because it got milky, I thought I'd add some more of the fluorescent pink to try to cover up that milkiness. And then I'm going to take my distress crayon in black soot and put that in the corners, and then kind of like spread it out with my finger. And what I didn't show is before I did the distress crayon, I had auditioned a whole bunch of stuff to use as like an embellishment cluster in the middle that I wasn't happy with. So I thought, I can't find an embellishment cluster to work on. I'll work on the background more. So I thought, I'd use these acetate faces, and I'm trying to make that work. And then I thought, no, I'll use a tissue paper face. And then I saw this one with a circle and I thought, oh, that'll be good. So instead of cutting it and getting that sharp edge, I like to, when I don't want a sharp edge with tissue paper, I like to use water to kind of give it like a tear guide. And it just makes it tear easier because the Dina Wakley tissue paper is like really thick and it doesn't tear quite as easily as like the cheapy like dollar store stuff does. So then I thought I would back it on this circle that has a little bit of that Salvage Patina Distress paint on it, because I thought it's got a little bit of the teal in the background, so I'll carry it through on the focal image. But so I adhered it on there with the matte medium, and I don't end up liking it, so I ripped it off. And I thought I'd just put it straight on the back. And then I have this piece of lace that had been dyed with those same fluorescent colors. And I wanted to add that. So I'm just going to attach, like scunch it up a little bit and attach it with my tiny attacher. And I ran out of staples, of course. So then I'm going to finish it off with a quote. I was so done with this card at this point. I didn't care. I just wanted to add a quote and call it a day. So I adhered that down. And actually looking at it now, I also added a little teal heart there. It's the gold hearts, but I put teal on it. Looking at it now, if I had just done the quote with the lace without the tissue, I think I probably would have liked it a lot better. But alas, is what it is. I almost didn't even share this card, but anyway, okay, so thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a better card.